Jeevatma's unfulfilled desires of previous janma unfolds as prarabdha. Jeevatma interested to experience the fruit of karmas, pleasure or pain, by using the physical body, indriyas, mind, etc. When Jeevatma is busy in experiencing the karma phala, how can he be in the observer state? How can he play the dual role? Okay, right now also you are already experiencing the fruits of your karma, pleasure or pain, isn't it? But does that mean you're not able to meditate? You're not able to come into the witness or the awareness? You're doing it, right? In webinars or retreats or the sessions, you're already doing it. So that is a clear cut hint. When you say if the Jivatma is busy reaping the fruits of the previous Janma, how can this Jivatma be in the observer state? We already have these two aspects of us. Like I told you, the white light, when it enters into the prism, it converts into different rays of light. So now you take the example, white light is flowing and there is a prism or a red color or blue color. So white light comes from here, it becomes a red light or whatever lights. So from here, it is becoming colorful. So what are you technically? You are two. You are the colored light as well as the white light. When you come into the ego, is what you call as experiencing the karma phala. When you are in the ego identity, we explained yesterday in depth. That is when this side you are affected by the karma phala, the red color. But before the red color, there is this white color. You are that also. So that is a pure aspect of you before becoming the ego. This white light cannot be destroyed. You are that white light. That white light is present in the ego, not in the ego, in the sushupti, in the swapna, in the jagrat, it is there. White light cannot go. White light is main. White light is the self. And that self, the quality is pure observer, pure witness. Are you getting the point? So you are always these two. See, in Manduka Upanishad, beautiful story. Two birds are sitting on a tree. So one bird is sitting on the lower branch, one bird is sitting on the higher branch. The bird on the higher branch is sitting quietly, and on the higher branch, there are no fruits, nothing is there. It's sitting quietly. But on the lower branches, there are many branches in the tree. And on the lower branches, at the lowermost bottom, last branch of the tree, another bird is sitting and plenty of fruits, plenty of them. So this bird in the lower branch is sitting and always pecking fruits. So it is pecking, eating, pecking, eating. The bird on the higher branch is quietly sitting, no movement, nothing. But it is simply watching that lower bird eating the fruits constantly. And the lower bird is pecking fruits. And when it eats, the fruit is sweet. So it goes on eating. But as it is eating more, it comes across bitter sweets, bitter fruits, kadwa. So when it pecks on that, it feels bitter. It doesn't like it. It pauses for a while. Because busy eating and suddenly a bitter thing comes, it pauses for a while. It doesn't like. Another two it picks, that also is bitter. It pauses for a while. So that sudden action stops and it looks at the bird up. That bird from up is quietly looking. So this guy feels how nicely he's sitting, and I am experiencing this bitterness. But I see that bird with a pleasant face. sitting. Why? Because it's not eating any fruit. This lower bird is eating continuously. So it again continues and again bitter. So continuously, when this keeps on happening, it sees this branch fruits are little bitter. Let me go on the higher branch. It jumps on the higher branch and starts eating the fruit there. Nice sweet. After some time, again bitter thing comes. Then it goes on the higher branch. Every time it is jumping up, it is looking at that bird on top. No movement. That upper bird is simply looking at it, staring at it, observing it. And every time the bird is going on top, it is liking this bird's peace, because this bird is restless, moving from this branch to that branch, going here and there, and then pecking all the fruits. And then some it is able to digest well, some not. So the experience of both. And as it keeps on perching one after the other, one after the other, it gets attracted to that higher bird. And it said, I want to go and sit there on that branch with this bird. It's so nice. So it keeps on. But while it is moving on the higher branch, fresh fruits are seen, very juicy fruits. Again, it goes behind those fruits. Finally, after a lot of experiences, the bird reaches the bird on the top. And when it reaches the bird on the top, it sees how peaceful it is. The aura of that bird is so peaceful that this bird also sits quietly with it. Now, this story is in Mandukya Upanishad. It is talking about the same thing, what we are talking, the higher self and the lower self. These two are always part of us. There is one higher self, there is one drishta always in us. It is not that you are this side and then you have to go and achieve that witness state. No. The witness state is always in you. The white light is always there in the colored lights. The bulb might look green or yellow or blue, but what is making that bulb blue or red or yellow is the white light. Now, can you separate this white light from that color light? When the color is coming out, let's say this is a golden color light now. Can you separate it from its white light? You cannot separate. How it is mixed, but you can't deny there is white light in it. See, that's the mixture. If you see a red colored light, it is impossible for you to separate the whiteness. But you can't deny there is white light in it. Because the white light is glowing into that red color only, the other side red is coming. That is exactly how we live. What we call the ego. Exactly how we are living right now. The witness is mixed in us. White light is mixed in us. You can't see it. That is where the shift comes, shifting into awareness. When you shift into that awareness, because awareness is that part which is witness of yours. We live in both awareness and ignorance, both. Because please understand, this is a dual existence. You cannot separate one. You cannot say, no, no, I am only ignorant. No, you are wise also. You cannot say there is only false. No, there is truth also. Both are there. You can't deny it. This both only is what is causing this dual experience. Sukha and dukkha. You cannot say only dukkha is there. This bird is pecking on the sweet fruits, but you can't say only sweet is there. There are bitter fruits also. So our life is like that. We are so busy in our desires and pecking the karma phala. Karma phala, that fruit that bird is picking, is the fruit that it is destined to eat. Uska prarabdha karma hai. Now the bird cannot stop it. The bird's attraction towards those fruits, the availability of the fruit right in front of it, prarabdha karma. There can be birds which does not get fruit, but this bird is sitting in a tree full of fruits. Maybe some other birds might have to go early morning catching the first worm, work very hard to earn their fruits or the worms. And one bird is sitting here and getting easily all the fruits. Why is one bird flying out and one bird getting easily? Prarabdha karma. What they did in the previous life, accordingly, that kind of facilities will come to them. Life may be easy for some, tough for many different people. Some might get food easily, some will not get, some will get health properly, some will not get, some will be diseased. Some are born blind, lame, deaf, dumb. Some are born with the best of health. What determines all these things? Prarabdha karma. That's the power of destiny, right? What we are saying. So destiny throws us into that, like you asked in the question. The Jeevatman is busy eating the fruits, karma phala of the previous lifetime. So how it can be the observer? It is busy eating, no doubt, but there one aspect of it is a witness. The bird is eating the fruit, right? Eating is a physical activity. The mind, it's enjoying it. But there is a higher intelligence in it, which tells this is a sweet, this is a good one, this is a bad one. There is something in it that tells, okay, enough of this bitter fruit. That is why it is looking up. Why is it the bird pausing for a while? It is busy eating and pecking those nice fruits, juicy fruits. And when the pleasure is there in life, we are constantly running behind more fruits. Isn't it? Life की गाड़ी चलते ही रहती है. सब कुछ है जिंदगी में, चलते ही रहता है, उसका अंत नहीं है. And then one jolt will come in life. Some incident will come in life where you put a break and that bird also pauses when the bitter fruit comes. Because मजे लेते लेते suddenly मजे के बाद सजा आया, it's a shock for it. So it will wait for some time. But that waiting is like us only. Problem comes, we might, our speed might reduce, our josh might reduce. You know, we are so excited. Suddenly, excitement will come down when it's a bitter fruit. But does it mean it's going to stop? No. With time, again, as the prarabdha of the karma, that bitterness is the experience that you have to experience because of the past life karma it is. So the pain and whatever you get, trouble, what you experience, your mind experiences. The moment you experience that and it finishes, the karma is getting exhausted, even the bitter experiences, bad experiences, when you undergo suffering. And when the power of that karma is over, when you have eaten the fruit, halat change hota hai. So this bird is like that. It will pause for a moment when the bitter fruits are there, like a shock it is for it. But how long? By that time, it sees another fruit. By the time the bitterness in the mouth has calmed down, the shock has gone down, again it will go for new fruits. So हमारी life भी ऐसी है. When the negativity goes, problem goes. And again good time comes, again जोश शुरू है कि नहीं? Full power, full throttle, full accelerator life will go again until one more jolt will come. And jolt is going to come. You cannot have only pleasure in life. You cannot have only happiness in life. You cannot only be in life. Death also is there. Dukha is opposite is always there. If health is there, aging also is there. Both will be there. We are affected by both sukha, dukha. So, jnana, ajnana. Jnana is to realize this, whatever we are talking. When you realize this, it is called awakening. I have awakened. I am illumined. मेरा विवेक जागृत हो गया, बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो गई थी पहले. मंद बुद्धि को समझ नहीं आता. When it is dull intellect, ये सब समझ नहीं आता बातें. The time only the world is true. Desires are true and my chase is true. But by the grace of the self, when the awakening starts happening and your viveka starts opening up, your buddhi starts sharpening, then that buddhi, that awareness is the higher mind. That's your intellect. That starts guiding the mind and telling, no, that is a bitter fruit. So anytime you go and pick a new fruit, your higher mind will tell you there is chances always of it being bitter or sweet. It's a risk. Your higher experienced intellect will tell. So next time, as you're awakening and as you're maturing, you're not blindly going and jumping into the desires every time. फिर फूक फूक के खत्म लेते लेते रखते हैं हम. You'll start thinking properly. Everything you'll not just chase like that. You'll think twice, 10 times. What is happening? Your buddhi is awakening. Your intellect is awakening. Now choices are better. You choose better. You're not doing anything in ignorance. So as your choices keep on increasing, you have the refining quality of your viveka buddhi. What the buddhi does is it gives you the power of viveka discrimination. You can discriminate what is correct, what is not correct. You can discriminate what is real and unreal. This quality starts refining in you. That is the rise of awareness in you. The more your buddhi sharpens, the more you can see things the way it is. The more you can see sat and asat. What is the truth and what is false? When I say truth and false, it starts first with the word, this is good, I should do this karma, I should not do this karma. It begins from there. Good and bad. Papa punya. But as your awareness rises, the power of discrimination is not just in samsara. It will start now giving you the guidance and clarity of what is the world and what is not the world. What is the self and what is not self. What is real and what is fake. What is Maya and what is reality. Then it starts showing you that what is real in this world. What are these desires? It will start telling you. What is the power of this desire and what these desires give you? Does it give you satisfaction? No, it will never give you satisfaction. There is nothing in this samsara that can give you everlasting happiness. If you have realized this, then your viveka has gone to the pinnacle. When the viveka or intellect has purified to a great extent, this crystal clear clarity comes whichever fruit I pick, good or bad. First, it is, oh, this might be good, it might not be good. Lottery life. And you're taking risk. That's what we do in life, right? You know, every desire is a big headache. You don't know how it is. In the start, what it is, you don't think anything. You'll go on crazily. Anything and everything in life. You'll build more friendships, more relationships, get married, start producing children. There is no understanding what is the long term effect of that. It is only a desire fulfillment. And that life is based on the Pashu Bhava. It is just based on greed and fear. Fear. There is fear there. There is insecurity in life. And because I'm insecure, I keep on expanding my group circles, my family, my investments in children. What is all this? These are all sansaric investment. Why am I doing? Why am I fell? Mera samrajya क्यों फैल रहा है? Why is my kingdom expanding? Because I am trying to get a grip of this world. I am making all the bandobast so that I can be secure where in the false world. So that takes some time to understand whatever you're securing is not going to be secure. Be it money, be it your investments, be it buying land, be it investing in children, extending families, building up great social circles and networks, whatever you start seeing that nothing is perfect. If the intellect has reached that level of realizing, then it's called a sharp intellect. By grace, you understand what is true, what is not true. You can see it clearly. And as this words, Buddhi, starts improvising, now it knows the choices. First, it's randomly picking and just eating. Then it's pausing, again falling into the trap. But it's more experiences, it is understanding what is the use. I'm eating and shitting every day. What is the use? And after doing all this pecking and running and eating, still I'm restless, running from branch to branch. My desires are never getting over. My thirst, my greed or my hunger is never satiating, and I'm looking at one bird who's sitting silently there, Nischalman. It's simply observing. Now, that bird is a metaphor about us only. In us only, there is one dushta, there is a higher bird that is watching. There is something in you that is watching all your actions, good, bad, ugly. In the school, you will be told this is called inner conscience, अंतरात्मा, अंतर्मन. मेरा अंतर्मन ये कह रहा है. My conscience is agreeing to it, not agreeing to it. It will start with that conscience. But dhire dhire you will understand it is the awareness. There is one awareness in you that is aware of whatever you do, and you can't trick it. In the start, when the buddhi is mand, you keep on tricking because you feel nothing, nobody is watching. Please understand this aspect in us, which is only a pure witness, is the Ishvara Tattva. This is the one that is recording everything as a pure witness. And you can say this is the one who's assigning Kartura Jnani Prapte Phalam Karma Kim Param Karma Tajan. It knows what is right and wrong, and impartially it is doing its work. And in many texts, this is called Chitragupta. In Christianity, also, there is somebody, gatekeeper, I forgot. There is a gatekeeper who has a book of records. He keeps writing down everybody's sins and everybody's good merits. What all you did, all the records are there when you enter heaven. It's there in Hindu philosophy, Christian philosophy, Muslim, Islam philosophy also. Jannat and Jahannam, heaven and hell, Swarga Narka. So there is some record keeper. When you leave your body and you go there, they have all the records and they will tell you, my dear, according to all your balance sheet, finally we come to the verdict. Diagnosis is that you have to spend time in hell or in heaven, according to this report. There you can't say, no, I don't agree with it. I'll go to the Supreme Court. That is the Supreme Court. Kartur Ajnane Prapte. These are all metaphors to tell that you are not going into any place and there is no book record keeper. That record keeper is known as the Chitragupt. Gupt means what? Secret, hidden. Chitra means what? Images. Hidden images. Chitragupt. So, this inner witness of yours, the higher bird, is constantly recording the actions of the lower bird. You can say every, like if you see the whole film, the movie, when the movie is moving, the film, if you take, what is this film? There is a film that's rolling all the time. Light is passed through it and the film is rolling. You get to see the moving pictures. But if you look at the film, they are all one screenshots, isn't it? Fraction movements are there in that. And that is called moment. Kshana. Every kshana, one screenshot is taken. So when you run the screenshot, it's a movie. That's the record, what you call. So if you can call the higher bird is recording it, or Chitra Gupta. See, Chitra is this screenshot. Gupt means it's so hidden, subconscious, unconscious. Can't see it. Nobody can see it. It is simply recording all the action. So Chitragupt has the record of every chitra of every moment of what you do, what you think, what you feel, what your bhav is, what your intention is. And that's a perfect record. So when that files get collected, and that zone where this cabinet, where all the files get connected and where all these reels or cinema or films are stored, that is known as the Akashic records, record keeping. So in the Akashic records, we have the whole film of all the innumerable, maybe millions of our lifetimes, full record. So all these reels put together in the Akashic record is called Sanchita Karma. Now that Sanchita Karma, as and when the files are taken, the karma phala is created. The phala is created immediately. It's not like it goes and then it's in some court and then it's pending, case is pending, the judge hasn't come and the dates have been postponed, nothing like that. It is spontaneous, simultaneously. Please understand, in the dual world, everything is created instantly, takshan. Like the moment you are born, immediately death is present with you. Death doesn't come later. You might feel, no, the death will come later. No, the moment you are born, death is hovering on your head. You can die any moment, isn't it? They travel together. Life and death is always traveling parallelly. Sukha Dukha is traveling parallelly. All the opposites are traveling parallelly. The opportunities that you have in life, good and bad, is always parallel together. They're not separate. They're not distant. God and evil is parallel. Right now, you can experience God. Right now, you can experience evil. That's how it is mixed. That's called the dual world. So, Sukha and Dukha. You can make a Sukha out of a certain moment, you can make it Dukha. You keep two people and give them the same conditions. One might complain, the other might be still happy. Same conditions. One is choosing happiness, one is choosing sorrow. One is only seeing the good opportunities in life, one is busy only complaining in life. Have you seen this attitude of complaint? This, it's a very dangerous, it's a cancer. It's the deadliest disease that we have. Seeing always anything and everything as wrong. We are habituated to find the faults and find the negative, find what is wrong, never seeing anything that is good. This is like cancer. You have everything in life, fantastic life. You have health, you have wealth, you have abundance, you have three meals, you have security, you have everything. Still, the mind is bickering and complaining. It is trying to always find now what is missing in my life. And with a sulken face, always, anywhere and everywhere, scanning for negativity. You see a person, you'll start immediately scanning the negativities of that person, faults of a person. Have you experienced this? Everything is there, but still you're not happy. Complaint, that is called complaint. Complaining mind, whining, lamenting all the time. This is not good, that is not good. This is not good, that is not good. I'm telling you, this is cancer. If you have it, heal it. This will take you on a very different path. Because that negativity that is generating, you are having both these moment at every moment. Choose wellness or choose sickness. Choose positivity, choose negativity. Choose complaint, choose praise. Choose cursing, choose blessing. Every moment you have this. And based on that, your Chitragupta is working. You sulk, you complain, it is noted. And that is what you will be served. Jaisi karni, vaisi bharni. What is that karma? Karma is this only. What you give, you get. You give complaints, your life will be full of complaints. Everybody will be having complaint with you. You give everybody blessings. You see the good in others. You encourage others, inspire others, and look down at everybody's shortcoming. The habit of not looking into anybody's flaws, overlooking it. Like right now, what we are doing, We are overlooking all the good things in a person and only catching the negative, dirty things in others. Reverse that. Accordingly, karma phala will come. Because that Chitragupta is simply watching, and you can't fool that one. You might argue and tell, no, my intention is very pure. You don't know. I am doing it with good intention. You might say all that. But Chitragupta, Mr. Chitragupta is writing down everything. And you can't argue with that guy. When the time comes for accounting, filing your returns, then you'll have to pay the taxes. On earth, you can evade taxes, but there, if you try to evade taxes, that Chitragupta notes down that also, evading taxes. That becomes another sin. It's that accurate. So, one whose awareness is sharpening, they see this very, very clearly. They see the system cannot be changed. You cannot manipulate the system. The one who has understood this, what will happen? They will simply start changing their behavior. That is called sharp Viveka. Viveka is, they have known now. They have known it clarity. This is the clarity. They cannot fool the system. They cannot play mischief anywhere anymore. If that more they do, they are only going to be in trouble. So they start improvising because there is no other option left. No complaint, nothing. That is called taking 100% responsibilities for the whatever is happening to you in your life. Only an awakened buddhi can take 100% responsibility because they have learned the lesson. They know very clearly whatever is coming back to me is my own creation. So I better change the way I am living, the way I am thinking. The one who is not awakened will continue lamenting. They will argue, they will debate, they will escape, they will hide from this, they will pretend they don't hear, they pretend they do not know. You can't escape karma. Chitragupta, you can't escape. Even if we escape, a time will come when he's standing at the doorkeeper. And then suddenly verdict is told, you are blessed with heaven or you're cursed in hell. That also is not permanent. Everything is changing. Even if the verdict is given for hell, that also has a time limit. It expires. Karma phala hai wo, phal. The fruit expires. When you eat the fruit, tell me, is the fruit not going to reduce and finish? You have eaten it. That is called karma phala. Good or bad, after eating it, after finishing, the fruit is over. The experience is over. The bird is experiencing bitterness or sweetness. So, with a bitter fruit or a sweet fruit, you get lessons. Should I continue eating this or should I not? So, the little bird on the lower branch is going through all these turmoils. But what is inspiring this little bird is in between it's looking up and something it's motivating. That is called grace. Grace makes it looks up, like we start looking inside. When the time comes, you start looking inside. That is the grace of God. Grace of God simply means it makes you more aware of who you are, what you are. It makes you more conscious. Because then you start rectifying. You do not need the rule book from outside to change. You do not need the priest of a church or the pandit of a temple or a mullah of a mosque to tell you what to do and what not to do. You don't need the holy 10 commandments. You don't need the holy text from the Bhagavad Gita to tell you what to do and what not to do. You don't need threatening verses from the Quran to tell you if you don't do this, this is what you're going to happen to you. If you do this, you are going to be rewarded. All these things are very, very lower kind of teachings. Because when you look at the Bible and you behave, you are behaving out of fear. You have the fear of hell or the greed of heaven. The greed of Sarga or Jannat or the fear of Naraka or Jahannam. So religious people are not fully awakened. Religion only makes you cautious, but it doesn't improvise you. It doesn't purify you. That so called love for God or fear for God, which you can see in all the religions, religion will teach you fear and love. You see, all the temple, mosque, and church is full of greed and fear. All those who go there are going out of greed to satisfy their desires, demands for desires, or they are going out of fear. If I don't go to the temple or the mosque or the church, God is going to punish me, something is going to happen. I need some security. It is fully based on greed and fear. The religion does that. So religion starts polishing you in the start. People start behaving. They are cultured better than an animal. Jungle Raj. Now they have fear of God at least. So people start behaving. Most of the religious people are only scared of God. That is why they are normal. You remove God from their life, they will become Haiwan. So fear of God is good in one way. It's not bad. But still, it is not purified. It is not the highest yet. Highest is when you look within and based on your inner conscience, you do your karma. It's based on your inner conscience, not on the outside rules and regulation, what the scriptures are telling, what God is telling, or what the priests are telling. Your inner conscience will tell you. And that is the sign of purity. Now you are not depending on external source. Now it is not the greed and fear that is motivating you. Now it is dharma that is motivating. Righteousness, morality. So that's purifying you. So that's called spirituality. After religion, there is spirituality. And that is where the awareness starts rising. So as you become more spiritual, more you go deeper, then it is not about right and wrong anymore. Acha karna hai ya paap karna hai punya. It's not about paap or punya. It is about truth and untruth. Satya kya hai, asatya kya hai. Paap punya kahan pe hai? Where is this good and bad? In this jagat. Then you realize whether I do good or I do bad, I'm still bound by karma. Karma phala is going to come to me. Previously, what it is, I'll do only good. Bad, I'll not do. Because the desire is, I must only feel good pleasure. Only rewards I must have. No punishments. So, what I choose, I'll do only good karma. But a spiritual person who's awakening, whose awareness is becoming sharp, they see even that good karma is a bondage because it will throw them again into the life and death cycle. Now the bird is understanding. The bird is sitting and then pecking. Should I take the right sweet fruits or the bitter? Avoid. It is trying to avoid the bitter and attract or crave for the sweet fruits in the start. After it gets tired, eating, by it's looking at the other bird. It's not even eating, and so peaceful it is sitting there. Shant. Now this tired bird wants peace, and it's looking at the tired bird. So peaceful that is. So it's getting motivated. So when we look inside, we get motivated. Looking inside only, you'll understand what is peace. Outside, you'll never understand. That bird looking up means you looking inside to that inner bird, which is a witness. Whenever you think of that bird, whenever you reflect back, you feel peace. So you know there is peace there on that branch. Now you're not interested even in bitter nor even in sweet. Because if the bird is interested in sweet, it will still continue pecking. And if it pecks, it is going to get pleasure. The karma phala, second one. Phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhakam. Phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhaka. Phalam ashashvat, endless fruits. Because with every fruit, the seed is coming, and the seed, when sown, again a tree is born. Again, the fruit is born. Again, it goes. So, when you get tired, that is called the awakened seeker. They're tired of eating or tired of creating karma. They want to be at peace. Param Shanti is what they're searching. And that is when the birds start jumping up, 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 slowly, going one step up. But again, that's us. When you're going up, when you're going deeper inside, the fruits are always going to be appearing in front of you, every branch. So again, you lose time. You might jump up, 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 but again, you'll waste time moving here and there. Detours. Thus, the cycle keeps on going. Cycle never ends. Continuous it is. Until you reach the higher branch. And when you reach that higher branch and you see this is peace, then you look back down and you'll see there's so much of work down there, so much of activity down there, so much of restlessness down there. You might see other birds pecking there. You might feel sorry for it. But those birds are not going to understand you because they are busy pecking. They're not even looking up. Only when one reaches that state, they can be aware and understand what is real and what is unreal. So these two birds are our own aspects. It is my awareness that is traveling from the light to the darkness. If my awareness has gone into the darkness or asat or ignorance or samsara, it will start seeing this only is beautiful. Samsara only is beautiful. Fruits only are beautiful. I like to eat more and more sweets. Only eating, but not thinking after that I have to digest. I have chances of falling sick. So, this story explains very beautifully the two aspects of us. That witness self, drishta, is us only. Actually, there are no two birds. The two bird is just a reflection. The upper bird is the truth, but the other is just a reflection of it. The reflection will continue dancing down there till you realize it's a reflection. You might look into the mirror and fall in love with your own image. We all do, right? Anyways, who doesn't like their own image? Every time we see, we're adjusting. We love, we admire our own image. So you can fall in love with your own reflection until you realize it's only a reflection. The real me is here. Then once I realize this is me, why would I chase the reflection? So the bird, upper bird is like that. It's reflection only, it's looking. But it is looking at that, looking at its lower self, playing down. That playing down is our lower mind. Yesterday, as we explained, the one who is in the bhoga, the experiencer of the fruit, who the mind body. That's the bird down there, experiencing that fruit. Now you see life from both angles. What is the angle that this higher bird is looking down there? How does it feel? That higher bird is only looking at the stupidity of the lower bird. That's all. It understands there's nothing there. It's simply dancing down there. But it doesn't say anything. Because this witness is a pure witness. That is why it is called witness. It's not a judger. It has no opinions. It will not conclude. The judger and all is down there. This one is just a pure witness, which is simply observing. It has no judgments also. It has no opinions. It is not unhappy if the bird doesn't come up. It is not happy if the bird, whichever, happy or unhappy, up and down. It has nothing to do with it because this one is already free. It doesn't matter even if that bird doesn't come up. What that is the angle of this bird, the realization of this bird. It is free. It is fully free. For its experience is free. It doesn't matter what that bird is doing. So it has nothing to do with it. It is sitting in its own bliss and happiness, but it's simply aware of the other bird. Now, when we see it is looking down there, it is not looking and judging. It is aware of that bird just like it is aware of the leaves, of the sun, of the breeze, of the tree. Just like that, it is aware of that aspect also. And that is why it is free. You see, Gyanis, they are all sitting there. Whether you dance in front of them, whether you cry in front of them, whether you do anything in front of them, their stance will not change. You look at people like Ramana, Swami Samartha, when they are sitting in that stillness, or Nityananda, everything is happening around them, but they are still. The Buddha, it is always still, simply aware of everything. It doesn't participate in anything. There's no participation, but it's aware. That is why you go to Ramana, one goes to the Ramana and you start crying. And tell all your wooing stories. They will still be neutral. Somebody goes and tell all their achievements of the greatness, I am this and so, they'll still be still. For them, a king and a beggar is the same. Why? Because they are not participating in the activities of the people. They are not participating in anybody's drama. See, when you truly become aware, you'll understand this. You'll see everything as the drama only. That's called nirbhav. You might call them stone hearted. You can call Ramana stone hearted because somebody is coming and weeping and he is sitting there. Now, it is not that he never reacted. There were moments where they react. That is not in the pure witness state. That is when they come into the mind. The bhava appears, the human compassion. At that state, there is nothing called compassion, also. It's simply a blissful state of equality. Like the Shivatva, Shiva, blissfully, unconditionally, same, neutral to everything, is simply aware. What all happens in the world, imagine Shiva is sitting there. What all is going on right now? Where is the Shiva is not there? It is there. Shiva is right now also there. But see, so many things are happening here. Shiva doesn't participate in it. And that is the higher bird. Shivatva, that is the higher bird. The lower bird is the Shakti. That is creating, destroying, maintaining. Does Shiva complain? It is simply a witness. Why it doesn't complain? Because it's a projection. Like I said, the higher bird, it's that lower bird is a reflection. And the higher bird knows very well it is not true. That is why it's not participating. You are seeing a movie on a film on a in a theater, and there are so many activities going inside. Somebody is punching somebody is romancing with somebody is running this side, somebody is playing havoc, somebody is planning something, somewhere crying and weeping and sorrow and tragedy. Earthquakes are happening, volcanoes are breaking, wars are coming out, and then there is celebration and parties and dance and festival. Everything is going on. Do you participate in that? Of course, you will see people participating. That is called mandabuddhi. You look at a film and you're crying here. You look at the hero happy and you are happy here. Somebody is taking revenge there, you are angered here. That's called direct reaction. So you are, see, those people do not know it's a reflection. They are not aware at that time it's a movie after all that they're seeing. For them, it's as good as real. I saw in one reel one granny looking at the television. My father used to do that. When we television shuru ho gaya, his commentary will start here. What is the commentary about? He is not satisfied with something. And he's the good boy because he's always supporting the heroes. Villains, when he comes, he gets terrified. He'll abuse them literally. In those days, Doordarshan, you see a movie and somebody is playing foul play there, he will start from here cursing. Commentary is going on. Look at that guy. I should have given. If I was there, I would have done this. Now, we are not talking about television or the movie theater. We are talking about this theater. This also is that only. What is around you? Theater only it is. Who will participate? Who thinks it is real? The upper bird, if it knows it's a reflection, why will you participate in that drama? Think about it. Shiva is that. Shivatva means it's a projection out of him. It's a movie that is being played in the Chidakasha, in his platform. The whole play is playing out. It comes, plays, and it goes back like a dream. A dream appears to you and a dream collapses inside you. The one who is aware in the dream, that is called Swapna Jagrit. Yesterday I explained Jagrit Sushupti and Sushupti Jagrit. So in the Jagrit, you are in deep Samadhi, Jagrit Sushupti. In deep sleep, you are aware, Sushupti Jagrit. Now, in the Swapna, when dreams are appearing, you are Jagrit, you are aware. And if you are aware, you know it's a dream, you will not participate, you will just witness the dream. That is called lucid dreaming. You know very well it's a dream. You are not participating, but you are a witness and things are happening in that. Maybe your body is running also there, but the witness in you knows and you are not panicking. A time comes when the dream is happening, but there is no reaction in you. You'll see dreams, but there is no reaction. You might know it is a dream or not a dream, that doesn't matter. But you not reacting itself means you are not participating in it. That is called Swapna Jagrit. In the Swapna, you are Jagrit. Opposite of that is Jagrit Swapna. In the Jagrit, you can have Swapna. Means while you are awake, you can enter into the Swapna Loka. This also happens when you are in Tandra. When you are sitting, and if you are with your eyes open or eyes closed, if you fall into meditation, just before meditation, meditation is what? Sushupti, blankness, samadhi. But before Sushupti is Swapna. From Jagriti, you enter into Swapna, and from Swapna, you go into Sushupti. That's the cycle. So when you are sitting like this and closing your eyes, you don't directly go into meditation, Sushupti. You pass through that astral, you pass through that Swapna while Jagrit. And that is called Tandra. Many of you might be experiencing that even in satsangs. There is one intoxication that takes over, and you are suspect half here, half there, half asleep and half awake. That twilight zone is where swapna happens, dream. So even while you are jagrit, you entering into that swapna, you might just close your eyes and in 10 seconds you might start seeing some visions. It happens, it's very common. I have this very frequently. Whenever I am Just closing my eyes and falling. Suddenly, some dreams will zoop, 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 very fast. It will take place within 10 seconds. It's happening, and sometimes you come out of the dream back to Jagrit. It's like something came and some visions happened, and your eyes opened all in 30 seconds. Means before closing, you're going deep there. Some dreams came, and sometime due to the impact of the dream, you might come back to Jagrit. So there is swapna even in the Jagrit. That's called Jagrit Swapna. It's a small phase because most of the time we don't prolong that awareness. We quickly go into meditation. From Jagrit, we pass through the Swapna very quickly and we are deep into Sushupti. But with the prolonging nature, the Swapna also extends. So that is Jagrit Swapna. And in the Swapna, while you are dreaming in the sleep, that time when you are awake, it's called Swapna Jagrat. In both, what happens? You are seeing a dream. The seer knows both are false. Whether in the dream you are aware and seeing, you know it's only a projection, you don't react. At the same time, when you're meditating, when you get into those visions or experiencing, you don't react. If you are a meditator and you see some light, if you see some dramas happening and you're reacting inside that, that's not Jagrat. You are then definitely reacting to this Jagrat Maya, which is again Swapna. Surely. If you react here only, you will react in your dreams. All these are interconnected. How much you are aware in the awake, Jagrat, will determine how much you are awake in the Swapna. You cannot directly meditate in your Swapna. You cannot do anything there. Swapna and Sushupti, you cannot do anything. All you can do is in the wakeful state. In the Jagrat only, you can do continuously with whatever practices. That is all what we are doing here, day and night. All these practices are to make you Jagrat in the Jagrat Avastha. By the power of which this Jagrat Avastha, this awareness, what you are, this witness, when it is awakened again and again in the Jagrat, that witness will continue being aware even in the Swapna, and when it fulfills, spreads even in the Swapna, then it moves to the Sushupti. Then, even in sleep, there is a witness that is aware of your sleep. Even in the sleep, there is a knower that some of you have experienced that. In the retreats, sometimes two, three people say this, that I'm aware that I'm sleeping. It's like you are never slept or never woken up. It's like mix. Sometimes the whole night passes and you feel you have not slept only, though your body is sleeping. You don't feel like you have slept. But that is different. Huh? Insomnia is different. Don't confuse that. One is you are having a restless mind, you have never slept. Your body is lying down there and you're half conscious in your half mind. Your mind is thinking this and that. Not that. How you'll know is when you wake up, you'll see if you are tired, then that is not this. A person who's aware more and more never feel tired. Tiredness disappears from life. You might have just 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep and you're full fit for the whole day, then you don't feel tired. You can still go around the whole day as normal whole day with full of energy. Even with 2 to 3 hours of sleep, if you have entered into deep sushupti. So, whatever, in all these three states, Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti, there is this higher bird who is aware. It watches everything, but it judges nothing. It has no opinion. It's simply a pure witness. That is Shiva. So the small bird reaching the upper bird, lower bird reaching the upper bird is Shakti reaching Shiva. Shakti is just a reflection. It's not real. You and me right now, it's not real. It's a projection is so strong that it becomes real. It feels real. It is not. See, in the swapna, in the dream, you are looking at a dream. It's a dream which will appear out of you, and it is so real. If you're not aware, you will react in the dream, and you'll have pain and pleasure both. Sukha dukha will be there. You might cry in the dreams, you might be happy in the dreams, you might be scared in the dreams, you might be excited in the dreams. A reaction is happening. Like Raja Janak, heart is beating when he's having a bad dream. Perspiration is coming. Reaction is happening in the body, even though it's a dream. It's not true. But body is reacting because that person is participated in the dream. Why they are participating? Because they feel the dream is real. They have entered into the dream to play the game. And so when they enter into the dream and participate, it affects them. Exactly similar is this world. You enter into the drama of the world, you will get impacted. Why? Because you think it's real. If the awareness is sharpened to such an extent where you understand it's not real, there is no participation, just observation, witness. And that is what we are practicing towards. We are all moving towards that goal of becoming a witness. You cannot become the witness sitting on the lower branches. That is what we are trying to do, most of us. You will not, that will not happen. That has to go and merge in the higher world. Means the mind has to go into the source, Upadesh Saram. Who am I? Mind has to dissolve into the source. The lower bird has to merge in the upper bird. Every time the mind merges there, you see what is samadhi. You see what is pure awareness. You see the unreality of life at that time. Then again the bird might come down. Then it will come down again to the lower bird and it will keep moving in the this. So two, three times, or if you do multiple times, you will understand the viewpoint of that bird, higher bird. Life from that angle, life from this angle. This we must all realize. It's not going to happen. One bird is not going to happen all the time. You cannot be just, oh, I want to be there. Your thinking is not going to do because you are busy pecking these fruits. Till your interest goes out from pecking the fruit, you're not going to be there. So it's pointless to even talk about, oh, I want to be that bird. It's pointless. You are understanding here how much are you pecking the fruits because this world is so real for you? You're pecking the fruits here. Until you're pecking, why will you go there? Because their activity. That's called chanchalta, moving. And what that one is nischal, Shiva Tattva. So any such question can make a full satsang out of it. Huh? हमको बहाने चाहिए नहीं. We just need a reason. So is this clear? Anybody has any questions on this? You can see some question. You had mentioned a book you were reading it while the bus stop and you were crying from it. Can you share the author and the title? I could use a good cry these days. Don't worry. Because I cried while looking at a book, you are not going to cry. I can guarantee you that. And that book is first of all not available in public. It's some ashram's book. But there is no guarantee because after me coming back, I was so excited with it that I went to the ashram. I brought a couple of books and gave it to my friends. Couple of you are sitting here whom I gave the books that day when it was available. And nobody cried, even though they read it. That's what I'm saying. Any book you read is never going to give you the same experiences. Somebody's experience is not going to give you that same experiences. Nityananda says in Chidakasha Gita, cook your own food, don't eat the food prepared by others. The meaning is that somebody else's experience is never going to happen to us. I said that because you said I could use a good cry these days. You want to cry, so you see that which is the book that made somebody else cry. So let me have a good cry. You have to find out what makes you cry. And whatever makes you cry, it's a guarantee. If you give it to me, I will never be able to cry. So it's not about the books. I'm not interested about talking about books. I don't want you to chase these things for some experiences. It's not there. It's not there. I can tell you plenty of books. I can tell you right now also some books where I've had Shaktipats and live Shaktipats, very powerful Shaktipats. But I can guarantee you, you read the same page, you read the same chapter, nothing will happen to you. It's not based on those things. It's not based on what's in the outer. See, so many things happen. So many things happen. Like even in our retreats, so many experiences happen, powerful experiences. But you tell it to somebody and they let them try to copy it or redo it. They will never have that experience. What I am trying to tell you is cook your own food. You have to become self aware of what is making you sensitive. Where is your sensitivity? Which part of your life, your mind, your emotion triggers something in you. Spend more time exploring yourself. Never explore somebody else's life. Take this as a very serious note, I'm telling you. Because then there will be frustration. I'm telling you. You might go. I've seen this because I've done this when I look at my gurus, my teachers, and I'm so inspired by them and I try to do it. It's never going to happen. And what will happen is it can be a disappointment. You might doubt your own experience, or you might doubt the experience of whom you're trying to connect with. You might say, this guy is bullshitting. Nothing of that sort happens. Or that tattva of that book, you might say, this person is not powerful enough because I don't have an experience. Very true. There are thousands of factors that plays on it as a certain given moment which makes things happen, like Shaktipat. There are many things in your life that is playing, which is a culmination of yoga that makes Shaktipat happen. That me reading that book in the Mumbai bus stand and that experience of me crying for 1 hour and having no experience, no awareness, sitting in that bus stand, completely freezed out. Ma Lalleshwari's book. I'm sure it is not about the story. It is about the timing. There was a certain timing of the culmination of all the things that happened in those 1 week, which I was undergoing. So all these things culminate. It's a yoga that gives rise to a certain experience in life. So whenever I used to do this travel, meet avadutas, sit with them, travel in the forest, sit in the caves, many jungles. I used to do that many times. Almost 12 years I did that traveling. So I used to write the blogs, make videos, and people used to be so inspired. I had one guy who went literally to every blog and met the same avdutas. My latest avduta that time was Topium, I remember. And he had gone and met in Tiruvannamalai. She was there and he had some experiences there. Means for leaving some prasad, he ate it or something, drank tea or something like that and all that. He did everything and he enjoyed the whole trip. But after some time, he sent me a message and said, nothing happened to me. You have written so much in your blog. I went to all these places, but nothing happened to me. What's wrong with me? Now he doesn't have the guts to tell what's wrong with you. So he put it on himself and said, what's wrong? Anything wrong with me? because he was already doubting my experiences. The way his question was means, are you saying it is true or are you simply writing about all these things? So, our frame of mind, our intensity, and the yoga of so many things, they all play a major role. You must always sit and experience and find out what is it that you are sensitive, which part of you is sensitive, and connect more to that. You might see that you don't need a book to cry. A simple sunset might make you cry. There are times when I look at even birds and cry. You can't explain that. Now, it doesn't mean that, I look at and I had that experience, and now next time I look at a bird, it will never happen after that. Now, what are you going to tell? Is it the bird that triggered it, or the timing, or it is me, or my thought, or what? Thousands of factors are playing there. And that's called Shaktipat. For Shaktipat, I would say you be aware of things around you. You constantly be connected to your inner nature, outer nature, Prakriti, and see the world more than what you see it like. Don't see things with always your two eyes. Open your third eye and see things from your third eye also. You see the deeper aspects of this world, the creation, the mysteries. I can tell you why I feel so emotional at times when just thinking about a thought, or I can weep for hours without having a proper definition of that. But I can tell you, it comes from a culmination point where you become so sensitive to the beauty of this creation. It happens most of the time that time when you are so sensitive. The line is so thin where you are in the awe. It's called Vismay in Shiva Sutra. The attitude of Vismaya, Shiva Sutras. Vismaya means awe. You look at everything in awe, a splendor. And that splendor is there everywhere here. Your own body is awful, awesomeness. The whole creation is awesomeness. If you look very sensitively at things, you can always find something beautiful in this creation. If you have matlab, given up your habit of complaining, then only this will happen. Otherwise, you will only see crap in this world, crap in your life, crap in others, crap in your own life, only negativity. When you start seeing the beauty of creation, Shaktipat starts happening, because that is where you're merging with God. That is where the second bird is, the higher bird. So the lower bird goes, the lower bird is the mind. The mind goes there, and the mind is still there, not disappeared. Mind is there at a very heightened state. It is overlooking all these mundane things and looking at the beauty. It sees things from reality. You might look at the soulfulness of somebody at that point, and simply that can make you emotional. You might sometimes touch the soulfulness of someone, from where compassion will trigger, because when you are looking at someone and seeing their soulfulness, their higher bird, and you can see the lower bird suffering, the lower bird feeling stuck, but you can see their reality, that there is a higher bird in them which they can't see, and the lower bird is struggling. Just that sight also can make you emotional. That's called karuna, compassion. Compassion comes only with heightened awareness. You can feel compassion for others only with heightened awareness. Therefore, that you have to have the third eye view, not the two eyes. Two eyes is samsara, third eye is God. If the bird has only two eyes, it can only see the fruits and the branches. If it has the third eye open, it will see the upper bird. Yeah, I know it was a joke. Even I was joking. My answers are direct. You might not like it. I know the intent of your question and I hit at the intent, whether you like it or not. You take it or not. It's up to you. But glad you ask questions because the others who have to catch the messages, it's a good opportunity for them. Yeah, yeah, I know that. I know it helps you, but it helps others also at the same time. Questions are very important. That's why clarity sessions are important. That's why. See, one question yesterday, the whole satsang triggered. Today, one session, one question, the whole satsang triggered. That's the power of the question. And the question also depends on the maturity of the seekers. The more mature the questions, the more deeper the satsang. You ask mundane things, it will float at the mundane level. Satsangs will be at the mundane level. But you trigger something higher, a question, because when while answering it, I have to go to that level to answer that. And while I poke there, things flow from that end. That's good because the seeker has touched that zone where they are asking that kind of questions. And that's called satsang. Satsang means that. You see, with Nisardat Maharaj, there are no stupid questions. All beautiful questions what they ask. What powerful questions those are. I would say that, without those questions, there is no Nisardat Maharaj. What is he? He is pure silence without that questions. So the whole jnana is triggered from him, snatched from him, just by asking him the right questions. Even Ramana, see all the talks of Ramana, right questions. So it can be still deeper. It can be very, very deep. So those are like level three kind of talks. The who am I and I am that is like level three kind of talks. That the whole uh, question and answers comes from a very heightened point of awareness. That is Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani is a very beautiful document by Adi Shankaracharya. And the whole book talks about the guru and shishya having a conversation where the shishya is asking questions and the guru is giving answers. But if you look closely at the word, the title of the book, Viveka Chudamani, Viveka is the guru there. It is not a physical guru. It is the guru and disciple. Guru is the Viveka or the intellect, and disciple is the mind, mana. The mind has lot of questions which only the awareness can be aware and answer through awareness. Viveka Chudamani is that. You look at all the scriptures. If you see very carefully, all the scriptures are dialogues between two. It's all question answers. You look at Devi Kalotra, you look at Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, you look at Sarva Gyanotra, conversation between the son and the father, Kartikeya and Shiva, or the wife and the husband, or Shakti and Shiva. The lower end is always the mind. So mind has questions and awareness or the guru has the answers. The mind will always have questions. Till it is on the lower branch, it will always have questions. So Ramana says, destroy the questioner. Questions will disappear. What is the questioner? Identity. I have a doubt. Who's this? Doubter. Identity. You kill the doubter, doubts will not appear only. And how to kill that doubter? That is what we learned in Upadesha. Putting the mind back into that source. So this lower bird going and merging into the higher bird is simply that symbolism. Anyways, let me check you. I'll just ping you. I'll just see if it is available. I'll ping you that book. I don't know if it's available in the US. It might be available. I don't think so. Doubtful. Did you get that book from US only? Devatma Shakti. Did you get that in the US? If you're getting that, then I'll have to just see. Because these, a couple of books, they kept it very much in their own circle. Some of the books they have not released. This is all of the Vishnu Tirth Maharaj's lineage. Oh, it's on Amazon. You didn't person. Yeah, yeah. Some these books are very common. Vishnu Tirth Maharaj's books you will get if you type in. But that is a sadhana marga. Vishnu Tirth Maharaj's whole path is about sadhana. It's not about jnana. It has got a lot of practices to do. Sadhana hai. You have to do. He like Shivam Tirth Maharaj. His Shishya was a Sri Vidya master. He was a Sri Vidya practitioner. So they have a lot of practices. That's one reason why I don't want to confuse people again and then put them into doing this and that. Now the time we are for doing is gone. So what struck me with Malaleshwari was her lifestyle, actually. Her life and the way she went through things and the way she detached. That I feel, even if you read the charitra of so many saints, they are also powerful, potent. Like autobiography of Yogi, one of the best books I had always read and was fascinated was the Living with the Himalayan Masters of Swami Rama. But there is a deeper version because in Living with the Himalayan Masters of Swami Rama, he has written all his experiences about the great mysteries of the great saints. But he has never written anything about himself. He was a great master. But his disciple, Pandit Tigunait, who's still alive, he's in the US, Himalayan Academy. He lived with Swami Rama and he has written a beautiful book on Swami Rama's life, which reveals who Swami Rama was. Extraordinary things with him. And I think that book's name is Touched by Fire. Touched by Fire. Excellent book. It takes you into those depths of those mystics' lives, which is otherwise hidden. Only those who are close to them they can reveal. Like how Shivam Tirth Maharaj wrote so much about Vishnu Tirth Maharaj, nobody knows about it. These giants don't write about themselves. Somebody has to write about them. That is if they want. Most of them don't like want it. So these kind of books have always been very powerful in my life. The biographies of great masters, because you can simply meditate on their life and connect with their life journey. And that's what happened when I was reading Malaleshwari's life journey. So clarity sessions is what will continue. Tomorrow we don't have any event. I want to just take a break. We don't have anything on Sunday. Maybe we'll have a night session. I don't know. I'll post it if it is there. But again, they will be all clarity sessions for continue some days because whatever we have practiced and whatever we have done a lot of things in this past 2 3 months. So I am hoping that you're practicing them. And if you have any questions on that angle, you can always come and put it here. The higher and deeper the question, the deeper the satsangs will be. Let's become aware then of today's satsang. Reflect to the higher bird in you, the lower bird. When it turns inside, it is aware of one presence, which is so silent, calm, pure presence. As the inner bird, higher bird, and I am the lower bird, always thinking, always doing this or that, busy in something or the other. And in me is just an observer, just a witness to everything that I'm doing. Now, the power of Maya, this illusion, is when I sit at this bird and look at the inner bird, I feel like that is my reflection, isn't it? I feel I am real here. And the inner bird is some reflection. But the truth is that inner one is the real one. I am the reflection. You can say I am the dream. I'm not the dreamer right now. I am a character in the dream right now. The dream which that higher bird in me is watching. So I am in the dream. The witnesser is aware of me playing the dream, the play in the dream. So whenever I pack up my dream, I withdraw from the dream, I meditate, and my dream collapses. My world collapses. All the me and mine just collapses. And when the drama is just faded away, I find myself as the witnesser. So, see, I cannot go to that until I collapse the dream. If I am obsessed with the dream, and if I forget that I'm sitting in a movie and watching a film and reacting, there's nothing to react. It's just something appearing on the screen, which will soon fall. Like the dream appears and the dream also will fall. Only if the dreamer knew it is going to fall, he will not be serious, he or she. Because when the dream appears, it looks to be eternal, never ending. Like this word looks to be eternal only when I appear. And you can't resist that feeling. So real that I can feel literally this world is so real until it drops. And whenever it drops and I float away from this cinema, I realize my real self. And that self never sleeps. In the dream, there is Jagrat, Sushupti, Swapna, all three phases. But the seer of all these phases, all these three phases, never sleeps. The upper bird is always watching. But I'm not aware of that upper world, the bird, because I'm busy pecking the fruits. Only when I stop pecking the fruits, when the fruits turn bitter often, there's a pause. Only at that time I can be aware of the higher bird. Become aware of that stillness, of that witness.